Hey guys, welcome back to another flashlight review, and today we're going to be looking at something pretty unique. It's a new flashlight brand, and I can't believe I've only known about this light for, I don't know, like 3 weeks now, and my friend Tim McMahon, who runs his own YouTube channel, I'll link it in the description, he alerted me of this brand, and went to the website. They've got about, I think about 100 different models on there, so ended up reaching out and they sent me the T7. So as you can see, it's a pretty flat style flashlight. This is the Nightcore EDC29, and as you can see, it is, you know, at least 2.5 times thicker. It's a lot larger and heavier as well. And with the T7, you've basically got a headlamp feature. You've got these COB light features on the side, a sort of flashy blue and red flashy mode. And yeah, you've got a nice kind of magnet there as well. But it's for someone who, you know, that isn't a power user. You don't need, you know, tons and tons of light, but just something that's easy that you can pocket, even clip into your top pocket and use as a makeshift headlamp, you know, even as a work light for close quarters as well. I think this is a great little option. So the Warsun T7 is pretty lightweight. It only weighs 38 grams. It's going to fit in your pocket easily. It's 10 centimeters long. 25 millimeters in width and 15 millimeters thick. So yeah, this is something that you're just barely gonna feel in your pocket. And it does come with a USB-C charging port here, 450 milliamp hour battery. So yeah, it's not going to take very long to charge up at all. So anyway, let's have a look at what you get in the box. Now this is the box, pretty simple. There's not even really any instructions on the box, but yeah, let's have a look. You get a USB-C charging cable, as usual with most lights, plus you get a manual. And again, the manual is really basic. I mean, I didn't even have to read it to understand how to use it. And again, little side-by-side comparison of the T7 next to my Nightcore EDC29 and 23. And you can see, I mean, it's a little bit longer than the EDC23, but when you turn everything sideways, you can really see the difference there. These two starting to push it. Of course, they're going to produce a lot more output, but yeah, this one's the lightest by far and the most portable. So here's a little close-up of the Warsun T7, and it's constructed from aluminium alloy. It's got some slippery sort of anodizing on it. It's kind of glossy anodizing, and yeah, I think it's great considering that you've got this deep carry clip as well. You'll be able to slip that into your pocket. It feels reasonably durable. It's not gonna, you know, I can't bend it. I'm really putting a bit of force there to try to bend it. So yeah, it's better than a lot of those plastic sort of lights that you get out there. And I really like that the light can clip on so easily to a hat like this. And yeah, you can turn it on and just use it as a nice little makeshift headlamp. Okay, just wanted to bring the light up a bit closer so you can see the COB LED array. And around the yellow portion here, you've got 22 COB LEDs plus 4 red LEDs, 4 blue LEDs. That's what they're rated as, but the center portion, I'm not sure what that is. It might just be for, yeah, I think it's for the charging light. So basically that will illuminate red or blue when you're charging the light. But the front LED here, COB surface there has 10 LEDs. That's rated at 100 lumens. The side ones, all the white LEDs here, rated at 450 lumens, and it's virtually all flood. As you can see, there's really no focusing mechanism on there. The T7 is rated at IP44, so you're going to get some basic protection against dust and splashing water. So I'll go through the UI very quickly. I know I went through it at the start of the video, but basically you press once to turn on, goes onto the headlamp mode, then press again, it goes to the low mode of the side LED, then it cycles to medium and then high. One more now gives you this sort of flashy red and blue mode, and that's pretty much it. Now if you've got the light on for a little while, I think it's about 5 seconds or so, and then you press again, it'll just turn off. Okay, I didn't wait for long enough. We can press and hold as well and it will turn off. So you press and then just press and hold, so you don't have to cycle through all those modes to switch off. So I ran a bunch of ceiling bounce tests, and this is the headlamp mode, 100 lumens, and you can see here, as soon as you turn on the light, it pretty much begins to slowly step down. But yeah, you get about 2 minutes of runtime between 80 to 100% of output. by just after the 6-minute mark, 7-minute mark, it steps down to just under 40% of the output. I ran a second ceiling bounce test here on the side lights of the main, I guess, COB surface, which is 450 lumens, and you can see here you get just about 90 to 100% of output all the way to the 1-minute mark before the light steps down pretty rapidly, and just before the 4-minute mark you're sitting above 20% of total output. Ran a third ceiling bounce test on the medium mode, and you get pretty much the same step down pattern here. So it steps down after about a minute, and at the nearly 4-minute mark it's about 25%. And I ran one last test on the low mode, and you can see it just manages to hold the output for the duration of the test. Here are some measurements that I took with my Opal Lightmaster Pro, and on the high mode managed to achieve 25 meters of throw, which is pretty decent considering that there's not really a focusing mechanism in here, maybe like a little plastic lens in there, but I wouldn't even call it a lens. CRI range from 70 to 71, and you can see the CCT on the side light modes was lower, so kind of more on the neutral or warm white, so 4500, but the headlamp mode you've got 6300K. The headlamp LEDs are definitely throwier than the side LEDs, but they don't produce as much light. I think both of these are great for short range work. You can even use it as a walking light. Alright, so some considerations to keep in mind. As you can see, the design is a lot thinner than other flat style flashlights out there, which really make it a standout. It's barely noticeable in your pocket, and at the same time though, you give up output and runtime. But yeah, the 450 milliamp hour battery is decent for many tasks, especially on that lower mode, that lower side light mode, but it does limit the maximum runtime compared to larger capacity units. It's also non-replaceable. The Warsun T7 is not a powerhouse flashlight and falls somewhere, I think, between an EDC flashlight and a keychain light. The second consideration is that red and blue flashy mode. I don't use these modes very often, if at all, and I think it should be separated out, maybe with a double click or something like that. I just wish that you could also activate that red LEDs, those red LEDs in there separately, because I find those are great for just use at night. Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, the flashy red and blue mode, good for attracting attention, but not much else in my opinion. The third consideration is the IP44 water resistance. Now it does offer some basic protection against splashes and dust, but it might not be suitable for heavy rain or submersion for sure. But again, this is not the type of light you're gonna purchase for those reasons. Overall, the Warsun T7 is a well-rounded, multifunctional flashlight, and I've never seen one that's this thin before. I think it's going to be great for people who just want something easy to carry around. It'd be great for a gift. Anyone who's into DIY, personal, contractors, outdoor adventurers as well could find use in a little light like this. And yeah, I think it's got a nice, robust construction. It's well priced, and you've got a bunch of versatile lighting modes as well, like that you can use it as a headlamp, and you can use that main COB LED as well. The magnet here also makes it excellent for hands-free operation. So yeah, if you are interested, go ahead and check out the link in the video description. I've got a special discount voucher there if you're interested in getting one. And yeah, if you've got questions about the T7, just let me know down below in the comments and I will get back to you. Otherwise, do me a favor, click the like button and share the video with a friend. It helps me to really get my channel out to more people. And if you want to see more flashlight reviews and keep up to date with the latest flashlight news, make sure you subscribe. Warsun T7, and this is the headlamp mode. Pretty good for up close. And you can sort of see up into this tree pretty easily as well. Let's have a look. Let's just go for a bit of a walk. Now the camera does show a little flickering, but I can't see that just with the naked eye. So yeah, this is decent just for having a bit of a walk. I guess there's a bunch of ambient light around here anyway, but it's decent for a short range walking light. 100 lumens. Now if I step this up, let's just go to the side mode. So this is the front headlamp mode. Okay, so this is the side mode, low, medium, and high. Wow, yeah, that's a lot brighter. That is a lot brighter. It also feels a bit warmer as well. But as you can see, it's just mainly spill. It's not much throw at all. But you know, I think it's enough for a nice little walking light. Let's see if I can compare this. So that's the side mode on the highest, and then if I just put on the front mode, oops, where is it? This front mode, yeah, it's definitely throwier with the side mode on 100% or even on 50%, just because there's, you know, more LEDs on. You kind of have to hold it in front of you like that, or clip it onto the front of your pocket or your belt. But the good thing is, yeah, you can, it's very useful up close. Yeah, there's a lot of throwers that I have that just definitely you wouldn't use it up this close. Warsun T7, and this is just on the lowest mode here. Okay, so it's just good enough to see what's going on at your feet. Actually, over here I found a peach up there with a couple of cockroaches on it, so that'll help me to not step on that. But yeah, this is definitely a huge upgrade from your normal phone light. And you can also activate the side LEDs, so that's the low, medium and high. And yep. Oh, damn it. Should I driveway to something?